Yo, top of the morning, fellas. This is Whatever It Takes, Season 2, Week 2. We've been talking about doing predictions for a little while. So finally, we get a chance to finally address it. I feel like this is something exciting. This is something that's definitely something to give guys to look forward to week. You know, to hear where your team is predicted within that week. So this is something to bring onto the league to make it more, give it a little more spice. And we're going to keep this thing rolling. Without further ado, first up, we had Giants, Tim Dog 201 versus Dolphins, Big Jig 123. Apparently this game was over before it started. Giants came out strong. Giants come out this season strong. They 2-0. Last season, Giants had a long, slow season, but I know the Giants have a lot of holes they need to address. Seems like they addressed some of them holes this season, so they're coming out this year swinging for the fence. So Giants won big in week 1. One thing I know about the league games, guys who lose by a lot come back next week with a point to prove. I'm pretty sure whoever the Dolphins opponent is next week is going to come out and try to steal one. Next up, we had Dallas Cowboys, Lil Vic versus Washington Redskins, T. Modlin. I'm pretty familiar with both of these dudes. Lil Vic is a guy that likes to run fast pace. If you don't come out and slow him down, he definitely will put some points up on you. T. Modlin, he plays pretty solid D. He definitely, I know last Madden, he's definitely one of the top players in every league I've been in with him. I know this league, this year he's been kind of out of the loop so far, but he's been playing lately. And I'm pretty sure he's going to get his swag back sooner than later. So I'm going to go with the Redskins in this one by a score of 24-17. I got the Redskins winning by a touchdown, 24-17. That should be a pretty interesting game. We're going to go on to the next one. We got the Saints, Pearl 2311 versus Major Factor, Jay-Z, Jacksonville Jags. Both of these guys made the playoffs last season. The Saints made it to the NFC Chip, one game short away from the Super Bowl. This is going to be a pretty good game right here. This is probably one of the games of the week, if not the game of the week. Saints definitely has a nice style with him, offensively and defensively. You know, if you don't watch it, he will put some points on you. He will blow you out immediately. Jags has a mean defense over there. He also has nice plays he runs. It's gonna be a pretty interesting game right here. I think I'm gonna go with the Saints on the road in this one. It's gonna be pretty close. I'm gonna go with the Saints 27-24. Field goal decides it all. I think the Saints kick a field goal late in the fourth, pull away with it. Next up, we got Seahawks, Bay Boy Relly versus Cleveland Browns, Superman 187. These guys already played the game. Seahawks is another team that made it to the playoffs last season. Actually, he fell one game short of the NFC Chip. He lost to the Saints in a close one. Seemed like Seattle retooled over there, added more pieces to the mix. So they should be pretty good moving forward. I would have took the Seahawks to win this one. I would have had it close, but not by this low score. But Seattle pulled away and won 12-10. So that was a pretty interesting game. I might check some of that. You know what? I actually did watch some of this game. I watched a few minutes of it, and I know at one point in the game, I see the Browns threw a huge interception in the end zone, and it seemed like that was like a game changer right there. Because if he didn't do that, he would have got at least 3 out of it. He lost by 2. You do the math. Pretty close one to lose. Cleveland bounce back next week. Next up, we got Ravens and Bat 9 against Abercrombie Patriots. Now, I go back a couple of years in this Madden league with Abercrombie, and he was a pretty good player. He just now started getting his feet wet in this Madden stuff. So, you know, he's trying to get his groove back. I'm in a few leagues with Bat, so I already know how Bat give it up. Bat is he's a dude that he also plays fast paced, and if you don't even look like you're gonna slow him down what he's doing, he's gonna blow you out. I'm gonna go with the Ravens in this one. 34-17. I'm gonna go with the Ravens big in this one. We'll see. New England is at home. Maybe they get a couple of calls from the refs, tighten things up. We'll see. Next up, we had Buffalo Bills highlights versus Dre, Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, this one right here was played already, and this is actually an upset so far. Buffalo Bills is 2-0, if I'm not mistaken. He definitely addressed major holes he had on that team. Seemed like all them holes, every dollar he spent is worth it so far, because he's 2-0. That's a big win early in the year. I would have took the Steelers to win this one, but I would have been wrong. And that's a good win, Buffalo. Dre, got you, kid. You know, I'm pretty sure you're going to come back next week with a point to prove, because I'm pretty sure you looked at this game like, you know, you was going to have this. But good win, Buffalo. I mean, I see you out there. You know, you've been talking about you need this, you need that. Hopefully you got what you needed. Yeah, that's a big win early in the year. So keep it up, homie. Next up, we got D. Sherman Cardinals versus on some BS Panthers. D. Sherman haven't been too active lately. I don't know really what's going on with him. I gotta catch up with him and find out. Maybe he's just been busy with work schedule and everything. I'm not too sure, but I don't know if this game will get played. If it don't get played, Panthers will get the win. But if they was to play, I would still pick the Panthers to pull this out. I would pick the Panthers to win by, you know, score 24-13, but we'll see. Next we got 49ers ex-Carnage against the Bucks, which is actually CPU, so no need to elaborate on this game. 49ers will get the win, force win. We don't play CPUs in this league, so we'll move on from that. Next up, we had Ibho Green Bay Packers versus King SP Chargers. This game was also played, I didn't know. This game was a baseball score. 1 touchdown was scored. I don't know, 8 points, but like a safety happened, or missed field goal and a 2-point conversion. I'm not sure, but I would have had the Packers to win this one. I wouldn't have had this score, of course, but Green Bay pulled it out. Don't matter the score, it matters about the W. So Green Bay won this game. Green Bay fell short. One game, they was like 1 game out from making the playoffs last year. He added a couple of pieces to his team, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna definitely look to remove one of them playoff teams that made it this year. That made it last year, excuse me. So Packers will be interested moving forward throughout the season. Chargers, they got a solid team over there. Me and SP, it's like Nabercombe, SP, somebody else who also I got Madden history with. He's been out of the loop for a while, you know, but he also was a very good player in the other Maddens. So I'm looking forward to him to bounce back and pick up from where he was at. You know, you got a good team over there, SP. I look for you to do big things, bro. You got a lot of pieces over there. You'll figure it out. So we're going to go on to this next one. We got DK, Houston Texans versus E. Ballin, New York Jets. Both of these guys missed the playoffs last year, but both of these guys are very good players. This is going to be a pretty interesting game as well. Jets is at home. Me, myself, I'm going to go with the Texans in this one. I'm going to go with the Texans on the road in this one. I'm going to go with D-Hop. I'm going to go with D-Hop to make a play late in the game to change this out. I think it's going to be pretty tight. I'm going to go with the Texans. I'm going to go with the Texans 28-23. 28-23. I I believe DK is gonna make a big play late in the game. That's gonna change. That's gonna change the outcome of this game. Next up is Bengals. That's computer against Quells. Rams. Quells will get the force win in this one, so there's no need to elaborate on this. Keep it moving. Next up, we had Kansas City Chiefs playmaker versus Denver Broncos. LeJock 706. These guys already played. Seemed like the Chiefs ran away with this one early. The Chiefs made the playoffs last season as well. Chiefs is a very good player. I'm sure he'll be back in the playoffs this year, trying to get to that Super Bowl. Denver is a pretty interesting player. For those that's not familiar with him, he'll definitely pound that rock. And if you don't stop him pounding that rock, he will continue to pound that rock. And before you know it, game will be over, and you probably had like maybe 3 possessions for the whole game. So he's definitely one of them players that you got to come out and do what you do, because if you don't, he definitely give you an L. But they played that one already. That game is over. So we're gonna go on to the next one. Next game we got Money Mascot Oakland Raiders against Chicago Bears Paper Chase. Now, Money Mascot last season took the Raiders, had a bunch of draft picks. He seemed like he made some pretty good drafts this past draft. Made a couple of off-season moves, so I'm looking for him to have a pretty solid season. The Bears won their division last year. He made it to the playoffs. So I'm not too familiar with what he did in the offseason or the draft, but I'm pretty sure he had a couple pieces that he needed. This would be pretty interesting, I believe, in the first quarter. I got the Raiders pulling out. Second quarter going into the second half, pulling away. I'm going to go with the Raiders big in this one. On the road, I'm got the Raiders winning by a score of 35-17. I could be wrong, this is just predictions, but I'm just going with the Raiders in this one. Next up, we got Memphis the Great, Detroit Lions versus Why Not Atlanta Falcons. I'm not really going to do no predictions on my games, you know, because of course I'll be biased to myself every game. But Memphis the Great, he plays pretty solid D. He runs the ball as well. I think this game will be interesting in the first half, but second half we'll see how things go. But nevertheless, this should be a good game anyway. Memphis the Great I believe he's 0-1. Falcons 1-0. We looking to go 2-0. Memphis the Great looking to get his first win of the season, so this will be interesting. Next up, we got Steph Anthony, Tennessee Titans versus Scott, Indianapolis Colts. Titans made it to the Super Bowl. Very good player, plays real good defense. This could be a trap game for the Titans if you don't watch it. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the Colts stole one last season. Don't hold me to that, but I just think that's what I remember. But it'll definitely be a trap game. Scott, let me tell you one thing about Scott. Scott been playing for a while. Scott used to be a guy that you looked on your schedule and you seen that you had to play him and you was like, yo, we're going to work on a couple of things. But I'm here to tell you now, Scott has been getting better and better and better and better. And major props to you, Scott, because no matter how much you lost, by the one thing I always say about you is that you never quit a game. You always finish the game out no matter what. You know, your defense has vastly improved. You know, just keep playing, bro. You know, respect due. You definitely doing your thing out there. You know, I expect to see you in the playoff hunt sooner than later. Keep bowling, bro. You know what I mean? But in this one, I'm gonna go with the Titans in this one, the first matchup. They're in the same. This is a division game. I got the Titans winning this one 31-20. Got the Titans winning this one 31-20. Steph Anthony made it to the Super Bowl, as I addressed a few seconds ago. He's looking to get back to the chip. He got a point to prove. You know, he got a sour taste in his mouth. You know, he don't appreciate getting to the big dance and not be able to pull it off. But you know, guys in the AFC know he made it to the bowl, so he definitely gonna have a target on his back for him not to get there. But we'll see moving forward. Last up, we got Philadelphia Eagles, J Nate 11390 versus Minnesota Vikings, AND 2006. The Vikings have been in and out. He haven't really been playing too much. He's another one that I gotta hit up to find out if he's gonna play. Hopefully he'll stick around and play it out. You know, Vikings got a pretty good team over there. That's a pretty good team to have. So hopefully he'll be able to play and continue to move forward. But the Eagles, this guy just went undefeated the previous year, won the whole thing, and he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. He had a target on his back. He's always had a target on his back because guys are pretty familiar with him from other leagues. But he be pulling out these W's. You know, he gets the job done. You know, right now he's at the top of the mountain. You know, everybody's gunning for him. I don't think he'll go undefeated this year. I believe he'll lose a game or two. It's hard to go back to back, but if anybody can do it, he definitely can. But we'll see. I mean, he had a nice offseason as well, as if he needed it, but smart GMs make smart moves, so he added pieces to the mix. So we'll see how it is for him moving forward. If this game do get played, I picked the Eagles to win big. I'll pick the Eagles to win by a score of 38-13. You know, we'll see. Hopefully this game will get played. We don't like nobody to get easy wins. I mean, even if you play and it is an easy win, you know, you're risking injuries and things like that. So hopefully this game will get played. But that wraps up week 2, fellas. We're going to keep this live predictions moving forward from week to week. You guys check it out when you get a chance. Holla at y'all later. Peace.